Capital Abuja, I am Jumai Manson. Now, a quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276. Now, the news in full. Former National Chairman of the All Progressive Congress, APC, Abdullahi Ganduje, has called upon citizens of Kano State to ensure they obtain their permanent voters cards, PVC, ahead of the 2027 general elections. Ganduje made the call while addressing party stakeholders and executives from the 44 local government areas of the state during a strategic meeting held in Kano. The former chairman said the meeting served as an opportunity to reaffirm the party's support for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, adding that preparations must begin early for a successful outing in the next polls.
The purpose of this meeting for the last 3 days which we have been having, as we are moving towards 2027, there is need for us to ensure that there is complete unity in our party. Unity from top to bottom. We have to ensure that there is solidarity for our party and solidarity to the federal government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria under the leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Also, the purpose of the meeting is to ensure a new commitment as according to the renewed reform agenda. So members of our party, the delegates, they have shown their commitment to ensure that 2027 we win all the elections from top to bottom. In order to be active in the party, we have directed all our offices at the local government level, 44 local governments, all our offices at the ward level, 484 wards. Such offices should be physically accessible.
They urge party executives to remain visible, accessible, and committed to grassroots mobilization to strengthen the party's presence across the state. 50 of the abducted school pupils of St. Mary Private Primary and Secondary School, Niger State, have reportedly escaped from their captors and have reunited with their parents. The Niger State Chairman of the Christian Association of Nigeria and Bishop of Katangura Diocese, Bulus Yohana, made this known in a statement issued by his media aide, Daniel Atori. He stated that they discovered the development after visiting the parents of the children. Now, the chairman explained that the school currently has 236 pupils in captivity, including 3 children belonging to staff members and 14 secondary students, making a total of 253 children and 12 staff members still held by the abductors. Nigeria's security crisis has deepened as fresh wave of mass school abductions forces authorities to shut dozens of boarding schools. The situation has made families evacuate their children from the Federal Government Girls College, FGGC Buhari, on the outskirts of Abuja, as security concerns in the area grew. Mukhtar Kassim tells us more.
The closures follow the kidnapping of over 315 students and 12 teachers from St. Mary's Catholic Schools in Niger State and 25 girls from a school in Kebbi, attacks that have intensified nationwide fear over students' safety. At the Federal Government Girls College, Buhari, Abuja, anxious parents stormed the school compound to take their children following the closures. They also expressed frustrations over what they describe as government inaction and insufficient protection for students.
Only for me to get the call and say, Mommy, they said we should start coming home. I was like, maybe she didn't get it. I have to call somebody in the school, which now told me that yes, the information was put on the platform last night, that they should come and pick their children, because we are not happy with the situation that is going on in the country. We are praying that government should come to our aid, at least to see how they are going to minimize this kidnapping of a teen. It's getting too much.
With the situation we are right now, in short, Nigeria don't have a good name, but we pray that God should help us so that we can regain back our good name.
Earlier, the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, had held high-level security consultations abroad as the government struggles to curb the escalating attacks on schools. Security forces say search operations are ongoing across the forest and border routes, but parents across the country remain desperate for swift action and the safe return of all abducted students. Mukhtar Kasim, reporting for Global Television News.
Over now to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has reaffirmed his commitment to eliminating terrorists and bandits across northern Nigeria, insisted that no region will be left to bleed under his watch, despite inheriting a deeply layered and sophisticated security crisis. Tinubu, who was represented by Speaker of the House of Representatives Tajuddin Abbas at the Ariwa Consultative Forum's 25th anniversary in Kaduna, warned that the North faces one of the gravest moments in history, stressing that Nigeria cannot prosper while a vital region remains paralyzed, and urging leaders to uphold moral responsibility, rebuild trust, and strengthen institutions. Tinubu praised the ACF's role in safeguarding regional unity, highlighted new economic opportunities, including impending crude oil production from Kalmani, and listed key federal interventions such as Abuja-Kaduna, Kanu's superhighway scheduled for commissioning soon. Now, in the meantime, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has urged world leaders at the G20 summit in Johannesburg to reform global financial and trade systems so that Africa and other developing regions benefit fairly from their critical minerals instead of remaining impoverished while powering global industries. Represented by Vice President Kashim Shettima, Tinubu insisted on value addition at the source, transparency in mineral extraction, protection of host communities, and global ethical standards for artificial intelligence that prioritize safety, equity, and human dignity. Tinubu said the G20 must champion fairer trade, inclusive investment, debt reforms, and technology transfers to ensure the green and digital transitions uplift rather than exclude developing nations. Benue State is charting a bold new course into digital age. Since assuming office, Governor Hyacinth Alia has placed technology at the heart of governance. In this special report, we trace that journey and spotlight its latest milestone with our Benue State correspondent, Felicity Indere, now reports.
It began with the launch of the Benue Digital Infrastructure Company, designed to deliver affordable, high-speed internet across the state. It's a vision bridging the digital divide and empowering a smarter economy. Since then, broadband rollouts, partnerships with tech firms, and the creation of Innovations Hub have laid the foundation for digital growth.
We are fostering a future-ready civil service that can adapt to the demands of the rapidly evolving world. And this training initiative is a commitment to strengthening our public sector, making governance more accessible and effective for the people of Benue State.
A lot is being dependent on it now in terms of early warning detection, in terms of surveillance, how to fuse in certain operations that probably might not be ordinarily something that will be in the public.
A major focus has been skills development. Thousands of young people have enrolled in coding, digital entrepreneurships, and innovation boot camps.
Not just bringing this training by giving us the training and giving us certificate, but that there are a lot of opportunities from international companies.
My goal with this program is to ensure that companies are sure that their data, their information in their company is safe.
102 pioneer students graduated from the BDIC Summer Tech Training and were inducted as the digital ambassadors, as government also launched the One Student, One Skill, one computer initiative with personal tablets for each student.
Our government has made remarkable progress in digital infrastructure. We have, among other things, successfully deployed fiber optic connectivity across 18 ministries, departments, and agencies.
By equipping these kids with digital tools and skills at this age, we are building a foundation for a digital tomorrow. And then we are expecting to scale this to 23 local governments in the next session.
With these steps, Benue is positioning itself as a hub for digital innovation, shaping a new generation of tech survey entrepreneurs and unlocking opportunities for growth. Felicity Ndere, reporting for Global TV News, Makudi.
Abuja, Nigeria's capital city, is often known for its politics, its power players, and its polished daytime calm. But when the sun goes down, a very different side of the city emerges, one full of color, sound, energy, and a thriving culture of food, music, and late-night adventures. Our correspondent, Sadia Yakubu, takes us into the heart of the Federal Capital Territory to explore the unique sights and sounds of Abuja after dark. The report.
From the shimmering lights of Central Business District to the bustling corners of Wuse, Gwarimpa, and Maitama, Abuja transforms into a vibrant playground once daylight fades. Aminu Kano Crescent, arguably the heartbeat of Abuja's nightlife, from high-end lounges to roadside grids, this district comes alive with young professionals, creatives, tourists, and night crawlers, all looking for the perfect blend of relaxation and entertainment. People come here from 7 p.m. all the way to 2 or 3 in the morning. Some just want food, some want a conversation. Nighttime is their peak period. For party lovers, the city offers everything from rooftop lounges with breathtaking views to underground clubs where emerging DJs and artists test new sounds. Abuja nightlife is chilled but fun. You meet people from everywhere, diplomats, students, entrepreneurs. The vibe is different every night. While nightlife continues to boom, many residents say reliable late-night transportation and better lighting in some areas could make the experience even fast, safer, and more accessible. Whether it's food, music, culture, or community, one thing is clear: Abuja nightlife is growing, evolving, and reshaping the identity of Nigeria's capital. Abuja nightlife continues to be a reflection of the city's diversity, ambition, and youthful spirit. From quiet evenings to high-energy parties, the capital truly never sleeps. Sadia Yakubu, reporting for Global Television News.
While watching the live broadcast of AM News, when AM News returns, Guinea-Bissau holds close vote as Embalo seeks rare second term. Details coming shortly, plus business and sports stories on the other side of this break. Please stay with us. Welcome back, and if you're just tuning in, this is AM News on Global Television. Thank you for staying with us. Now, in business now, the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction has gone live on One Government Cloud Enterprise Content Management System, marking a significant milestone under the Nigerian First policy. Now, the ministry activated the platform at its headquarters in the Federal Secretariat, Abuja, as part of efforts to transition public institutions to paperless operations. Speaking at the launch, the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction, Dr. Bernard Doro, said the innovation aligns squarely with the Renewed Hope agenda, particularly the administration's vision to digitalize government processes, reduce insufficiencies, and make public institutions more responsive to citizens' needs. The Senate Committee on Local Content had given the Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board a 2-week ultimatum to explain the aligned misuse of $14.8 billion reportedly invested in the Atlantic International Refinery and Petrochemical Limited. Now, the action followed the board's failure to appear before the committee despite a formal invitation. Over now to Topsy Gimba for more.
The chairman of the committee, Senator Joy Onoakpo, opened the session by revealing that the board was invited to address media reports claiming that $14.8 billion of its funds was invested in a refinery now under EFCC investigation. But to the committee's disappointment, no representative of the board appeared except for a letter citing the executive secretary's medical leave and requesting more time.
The reason why we are here is because of what is in the public domain. You are the owners of the Atlantic Nigeria Refinery, at the funding process, and this may also lead to we asking for all the fundings that they have done.
Senator Onoakpo noted that the investigation covers not just the refinery matter, but also broader concerns about international oil companies' compliance with remittances and human capital development requirements.
We've been in this oil and gas exploration for over 65 years. And over 65 years, we have not still built capacity in that area. Then I wonder when we are going to build capacity with all the provisions of laws that we have right now.
Lawmakers in their contributions condemned what they described as the board's negligence and lack of urgency given the scale of the alleged financial diversion.
This is a matter that you ought to have taken very seriously. The allegation of diversion of $14.8 million should worry the board and the executive secretary. The letter you send, Mr. Chairman, it will go with a warning that this will be the last time we invite him and he will not appear.
So we invite the executive secretary of NCDMB that the NCDMB avails this committee with 30 copies of all the information required.
Lawmakers insist that board must show full transparency and warn that further action may follow if it fails to meet the committee's demands. The NCDMB now has 14 days to appear before the committee with complete explanation and documentation on the refinery investment. Topsy Gimba, reporting for Global Television News.
With the federal government set to introduce a new tax framework in 2026, the debate on Nigeria's economic direction has intensified as citizens express sharp, conflicting views over what the reforms will mean from their daily lives. Gabriel Hassan took to the streets of Abuja to sample public opinion. The report.
The proposed 2026 tax policy aims to make tax payment compulsory for every eligible Nigerian, as government pushes for wider compliance to boost national revenue. But on the streets of Abuja, the nation's capital, concerns are mounting. Many residents are uncertain whether the new measures will ease the pressure on the economy or compound hardship already facing millions.
Tax reform bill, it can never be impactful to Nigerians.
And the issue of tax is a very good thing. But in Nigeria today, let us be frank to ourselves, it's not going to be of any benefit to the masses.
I don't think it can be of any immense importance to the Nigerian citizens.
About the tax, I really did not say anything bad yet.
To some Nigerians, the policy is a necessary step to strengthen government finances, improve infrastructure, and enhance service delivery. They argue that an organized and inclusive tax system could drive national development if properly managed.
What to do at the end of the day, is there any way to monitor that tax, to see that that tax goes into the right places? That's what we should be talking about.
We pay tax, we are not seeing the effect of tax we are paying. At least we are supposed to see it on social amenities, on health, on education.
It's leadership, it's corruption. Nigeria is blessed with a lot of resources. So it's corruption His leadership malfunction.
However, others strongly disagree, warning that citizens are already overwhelmed by rising costs, high inflation, and stagnant wages. To them, introducing additional tax obligation without visible improvement in governance may further strain household budgets.
So what are we channeling these tax reforms to? It's not about doing tax, it's where is it going to? Is there a credible way to see that, okay, this is where the tax is going to, or you just collect tax and then they still...
People are suffering, people cannot afford basic amenities, and we are introducing tax. I don't think it will go a long way in solving the problem of the ordinary Nigerian citizen.
Policy our president is bringing is, I know it's going to be helpful. If other past presidents might have done all this before, we'll not be facing the challenge now. So
as government efforts towards a more compliant tax system continue, public sentiment remains deeply divided. Nigerians say what they expect most is fairness, transparency, and a tax structure that aligns with the true state of economy. Kabir Hassan, reporting for Global TV News.
Foreign news now. Guinea-Bissau heads to polls in a pivotal election that many hope will bring stability to a nation long plowed by political crisis. Now, voters are choosing a new president and parliament with security, poverty, and governance at the center of national concern. Mukhtar Kasim tells us more.
Polling stations opened early as more than 860,000 registered voters made their way to cast ballots in a country that has experienced 4 coups and several attempts since independence in 1974. The election comes with the main opposition party, African Party for the Independence of Guinea and Cape Verde, popularly called PAIGC, notably missing from the ballots after being barred by a Supreme Court ruling, an absence critics say undermines the credibility of the process. The day's scenes show long queues, tight security provided by the national forces and the ECOWAS stabilization force, and a population hoping for change amidst worsening economic hardship. Nearly 40% of citizens live in extreme poverty, and Guinea-Bissau remains a key transit point for international drug trafficking, issues many voters say they want the next government to confront. Incumbent President Umaru Sissoco Embalo is favored to win and could become the first leader to secure consecutive terms since multi-party politics began in the country. His main challenger, Fernando Diaz, runs with the backing of the PAIGC despite the party's expulsion. The election also marks the first time PAIGC will appear on any ballot for the presidency or parliament. As polls close and results are expected by Thursday, concerns linger that tensions may rise afterwards, as they have in previous elections. With border and airspace closed for the day, the country watches closely, hoping these polls will lead to a more stable future. Mukhtar Kasim, reporting for Global Television News.
Galatasaray President Dursun Özbek has confirmed that Victor Osimhen will undergo a 2-week recovery period and is targeting the striker's return for the high-profile clash with Fenerbahce on December 1st. The 26-year-old forward was forced off the first half of Nigeria's tense 2026 World Cup playoff match against DR Congo, raising concerns for both club and country. Özbek offered clarity on the situation and reassures fans about the striker's recovery timeline. And that's it on AM News. Here is a recap of our top stories again. We brought to you that former National Chairman of the All Progressive Congress, APC, Abdullahi Ganduje, has called on citizens of Kano State to ensure they obtain their permanent voters' cards ahead of the 2027 general elections. On business, the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction has gone live on the first government cloud enterprise content management system, marking a significant milestone on the Nigeria First policy. And on the foreign scene, Guinea-Bissau heads to polls in a pivotal election that many hope will bring stability to the nation long plowed with political crisis. And finally, in sports, Galatasaray President Dursun Özbek has confirmed that Victor Osimhen will undergo a 2-week recovery period and is targeting the striker's return for the high-profile clash with Fenerbahce on December 1st. A quick reminder, Now, Global TV is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276. Now, kindly follow us across all social media platforms now showing on your screen by using @Global TV NG. I am Jumai Manson. Thank you for watching. Up next is Global Morning. Stay tuned.